Hello, welcome to another video by Moccasin Marine. In this video I am pressure testing the intake. It's a combination exhaust intake for Mercruiser 3.0 liter engine. And in the first video of this series, you saw water trickling down the side of the block, and I could not tell where it's coming from, but it was coming, this is the front of the engine, so it's coming in this general vicinity here. And like I said, I've got pressure on this this exhaust manifold, or this intake. And you can see that, so I've got a garden hose here connected to that. I've had that open at first to keep the pressure from building up, but I gradually built up the pressure to see where it's leaking. And I made this steel blank off plate to put over the flange where the exhaust riser goes, and that way I can keep it under pressure, keep water inside this thing under pressure. So the goal was to see if I could find any leaking in this area here, and I don't. So I was suspecting it would be this freeze plug here, or core plug, and it's not leaking. Neither is that one, and neither is that one. So I believe my analysis is this intake is holding pressure and it's good, nothing wrong with it. So now I have to get the boat and I have to pressure test the head, which is bad news. I would rather have been this, because I could fix that easily, but now it appears to be it's the cylinder head. So I'm going to now go do the same pressure test, but this time I'm doing it on the cylinder head. And you'll see me use one of my special tools to do that. A water moccasin tool to try to pressure test, or I'm pressure testing the block and the cylinder head on this Mercruiser 3.0. So as you can see, I've got a garden hose attached and it's on full blast right now. And I've got this wide open, so I don't have any pressure on the engine. So I'm going to gradually open this. Before I do this, let me explain what else I'm doing here. So I've got a garden hose attached to the outlet of the thermostat. The intake manifold's removed because I took it off and separately tested it, pressure tested it. So I've got a garden hose attached to the thermostat outlet to get rid of the water. And so what I'm going to be doing is putting mild pressure on this block and cylinder head. So let me do that now. So I'm about to turn the water on and start flowing it through this engine. So the first thing I do is open the valve going into the engine up there, and so I observe it coming out here on this hose right here. It does. It's not coming out very fast because I'm bleeding it off right here. So now I'm going to gradually close this off, and you'll see that the water comes out to the engine a little bit faster. All right. So let's see what we got here. Here it comes. All right. So now I'm flowing water through the engine, and it's flowing out steadily now. So over here, what I've got is I'm trying to flow and see if there's any leaking between the head. I'm looking for a leak between the head and the block right there, or any leaks whatsoever. And I really don't see any. So I believe this block and engine have tested, have passed this test to see if there's any leaks. And says no, I don't see any leaks at all. So I am now going to put it back together and see if I can get this engine running. So this is one test you can do. There's two other tests you can do with this water moccasin tool. I'm not going to demonstrate them now, but if you have the exhausting system back on the boat, or back on the engine, everything back to normal, and you flow water through the system, you can take the spark plugs out, and if you have any cracks or any leaks in your exhaust manifold, that's the easier way to do it. Like I say, I've already taken the exhaust manifold and pressure tested it, which I did another video, the previous video before this one. But if you don't want to do that and take it off, you can still pressure test it, or you can still test it for leaks by leaving it intact. Take the spark plugs out and then observe, see if any water comes out of the spark plug holes when you're doing exactly what I'm doing now, flowing water to it. If you have cracks in your exhaust and they're enough to pass into the, or cracks in your water jacket on your exhaust and they're enough to pass water to the exhaust, you'll see it come out the spark plug holes. Now, it's not the best way to do it because you're going to get water in your engine. You need to flush the water out, turn your engine over without spark plugs. If it does have water in it, get that water out, and then do something about your cracked exhaust. But that's one test you can do with the water moccasin. Another test to see if you have any internal cracks in your engine or any internal leaks is to drain the oil, and leave the drain plug out of the oil pan, and then do the same test, flow water through it. And if you have water coming out your oil pan, you know you've got an internal leak. You've either got a cracked cylinder wall, cracked block, or you've got possibly excuse me, you've got a possible leak where your intake bolts your heads. They can leak there and leak down in the valley, the lifter valley, and get in that way. So that's two additional tests you can do with the water moccasin tool. So just thought I'd explain those. I will demonstrate those in a later video, but just wanted to discuss them in this video now. So if you'd like to purchase my water moccasin tool, I have a patent pending on the device. They are $29.95, and you can buy it through my, just send me an email to gmefiguy@gmail.com. I'll put the email in the description of this video, and you can email me and I will send you a digital invoice to purchase the product. Eventually it's going to be on a website. I'm struggling with the website designer. I've had to switch companies. So when my website's up, you can purchase the tool directly off the website. But for now, if you'd like to buy one, just email me and I'll send you an invoice and tell you how to buy one. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and good night.